Yeah. All right, Courtney, we're ready to go.
All right, sounds good. If you guys all could just raise your hands and I'll call on you and we'll get started.
They can hear me?
Yeah, you're good. James, do you want to go ahead?
Yeah, hey, Devin, congratulations on the win. Obviously, you started out really fast into some foul trouble. Just watching from the bench, I mean, how impressed were you watching some of your younger guys come in and really keep that lead for you guys up till halftime?
That was huge. You know, we got in a rhythm in the first half, right out the gates. You know, I got in foul trouble you know, and then the energy, the effort never went down. You know, the young boys came in, Shaq, Cam, Darion, you know, they picked it up. You know, they kept us going. But as soon as I got in foul trouble, there was no drop, man. This was really a team win and a team effort. So I'm really happy.
Joe?
Yeah, just to follow up on that, just how does it feel, especially considering you didn't have any of those marquee games to really get you ready for the intensity of a game like tonight?
You know, this year with COVID and with everything going on, it just shows you basketball is basketball. You know, it doesn't matter where, when, you know, we miss our fans. You know, the fans would have been in here rocking, giving us even more energy. And but, you know, basketball is basketball and it can be taken away. So we're grateful to play.
Corey, go ahead.
Devin, as you were walking on, we could faintly hear you saying, "We finally got those boys." You know, what did it mean to you to finally get this win against UNC?
I'm telling you, I'm so happy. Like just during the game, I could feel the growth with this team. You know, this was a whole team effort. Even the guys who didn't get in the game, we felt their energy on the court. You know, and we really stuck together. You know, they went off some runs, they competed. You know, they're a great team, a great program. But, you know, even with all the young players, even with some guys sitting out, you know, we came together and we got the win. So it's huge.
You talked a little bit about Shaq's performance earlier, but have you seen that before, that kind of shooting from him? Because we know he's capable of being strong on the defensive end and you know, a high energy guy, but his offense really stepped up tonight.
Shaq is a monster, man. You know, he's still getting his feet wet. You know, he's freshman, he's young, he's athletic. But, you know, the biggest thing with our freshmen, they have no fear. You know, they weren't scared of the moment. You know, those are North Carolina guys. So they probably been genuinely like about this game their whole life, and they really stepped up. So I'm really proud of them.
Thanks, Devin.
Mm-hmm.
Lawrence, go ahead.
Devin, a good game tonight. You talked about the game you had in the loss. Your mentality wasn't right. What was the team's mentality coming into this game?
Shoot, getting back to the basics. You know, the whole season, the coaches they've really been harping on, you know, defense and getting on the boards. You know, we still got to clean up the boards, but our pressure and the way we came out with our energy in the first half, you know, really set the tone during the game. You know, we were aggressive. We weren't afraid of shots. We weren't hesitating. We were pressuring them, you know, making it hard for their post and their guards. So you know, that was the biggest thing, you know, not waiting for them to punch us first.
Justin?
Hey, Devin, congrats on the win and the performance tonight. There was one point in the second half with just over 8 minutes to go. Carolina hit a three to make it a 1-point game, and then you scored the next 8 points for NC State. As a senior leader on this team, did you feel like at that point you needed to kind of take over and give the team a boost?
Honestly, I did not know that. I didn't even know the game got to 1 point. I was really just in the moment, you know, having fun, playing hard, trying to get a dub for Wolfpack Nation. So, you know, if that's how it went, if I got that high hand at that moment, you know, I'm glad I did. But it's not like I was searching for it.
Thanks, Devin.
Gibson?
Yeah, Devin, you touched on it just a little bit earlier. Just how weird was it to go out there and not have any fans out there and having to kind of generate your own energy out there? But I guess you didn't have to do that playing Carolina. But just how strange was it?
You know, we all know how, you know, PNC gets. You know, these fans consistently on a year-to-year basis are like number one in attendance every year. So the intensity, the energy they bring in this place, you know, is magnetic. You know, we definitely feel it. But we feel their energy from home. You know, they're all tuned in, still praising us, still working with us. So we appreciate them.
All right, it looks like that's it. Thanks, Devon.
Appreciate y'all.
All right, hi, Manny. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
We'll go ahead and get started with any questions for Manny. Corey.
Manny, you knew in this game without DJ being in there, obviously you've known for the last two games DJ wasn't going to be in there, but going into this one, going against UNC's bigs, how much did you feel like you had to be, kind of the guy to be able to be the last piece of defense against those UNC players?
It was definitely important. That's one thing like coach has been emphasizing for me like these past few games, just to try not to go for every shot, just stay on the ground and roll up and just stay in the game as long as I can to help the team.
And you only had 3 fouls in this game. Was there something you were doing differently than you have in a few other games where you've had some foul trouble?
I just stay vertical. I didn't want to jump too much. So if the ball was already in the air, then I could jump. But I didn't want to jump too much this game.
Thanks, man.
Lawrence.
Yeah, Manny, kind of on those same lines. Towards the end of the game, you had a couple of key defensive plays and a key block. What was going through your mind there? Were you thinking about not fouling? Was that ever in the back of your mind there?
In those moments, I wasn't really thinking about fouling. I just wanted to get the stop. That was my biggest thing. I try to go into games not focus on what the refs are doing. I'm just controlling what I can control, and just try to get a stop.
Cool,
Alec.
Manny, I just wanted to ask, how impressed were you with the way some of the freshmen played in this game? Obviously, Shaq Moore in the first half really took over the scoring at one point, but then also Darion Sebron, I think, had 7 rebounds. Just how good were those young guys stepping up?
I'm extremely proud of my guys. Coach has been talking to the young guys about their opportunity, and today was their day. Shaq shot out, and Darion came in and contributed it wherever we needed.
Corey.
Manny, kind of as a follow-up to that, you were a redshirt freshman in those shoes last year. How much do games like this, especially ACC play, force you to kind of grow up in those situations?
You definitely have to mature very early. This time last year, coach had to tell me I can't be a freshman. I have to be a sophomore or junior just to have that knowledge of what to expect in games like these.
All right. Thanks, Manny. That's it. All right. Hi there. Congrats on the win. We'll go ahead and start taking any questions. Corey.
Shaq, we've known you've been a strong defensive player throughout your career, but what did it mean to you to be able to step up in this spotlight and hit shots like you did tonight?
It meant a lot. It meant a lot, being able to see the guys who, early and take a lead and me follow them, coming in the game. It meant a lot for me, though. It meant a lot. Definitely, yeah.
Lawrence.
Hey, Shaq, how big was it for you? I know you grew up in the area, so how big was it for you to be playing in a rivalry game and to have a big game like you did tonight?
It was big, just because, first ACC game, it's our rival, so it was just big for me to be able to step up and, get the minutes and show out and show up.
Jonas, go ahead.
Hey, Shaq, thanks for taking the time and speaking with us. I wanted to ask you, going up against those 2 freshmen, RJ and Caleb, they came in with a lot of accolades, McDonald's All-American, a lot of attention. Was this personal for you and maybe even for Cam to show that you're a pretty good freshman backcourt as well?
Pretty much, yeah. It definitely was. Our high school, our senior year, we played together on CP3, and we seen them guys all summer, and it just wasn't anything new to us. So it was just something to keep the chip on our shoulder and show that we're just as good as guards as they are, if not better.
You mentioned that chip on your shoulder. Do you think that's kind of what fueled you in this game, maybe more so than other games, because you were playing against those guys? You wanted to show that you were just
definitely. I've always kept a chip on my shoulder. Keeping that chip just got me to where I am today, and I'm never gonna let it leave my shoulder.
Justin?
Hey, Shaq, congrats on the win and the performance tonight. Obviously, the three-point shot was going down for you pretty much all game, but there was one point, I think it was like 10 minutes to go in the second half, where you had a good look from the corner and you pump faked, went to the basket, and had a great slam dunk. Did you feel like that was a turning point, in terms of energy for the bench? Because it looks like the bench just exploded, and from that point on, the momentum seemed to be your way. But just your thoughts on that play.
Definitely a turning point. For our team, we're big on energy, the defense pressure, all that type of things. But with me being able to hit those shots, they started hard close to me. So I just figured, one simple pump fake and rip baseline, I could get that and show my athleticism there.
All right, Andrew?
Shakeel, with you being from North Carolina, was playing in this rivalry something that you always dreamed about? And what did it mean to you to get to play in it and not only, to play well against UNC?
It meant so much to me. Everybody talks about Carolina, and blue bloods this, blue bloods that, but it just meant a lot for me to be able to come in and, handle what I can handle and, show coach that he can trust me out there playing defense and making plays for my team. So it was just a big game for me, and it felt good. It definitely felt good for me.
All right, we'll take one more with Corey.
Shaq, going back to that dunk, you know which one I'm talking about. In the second half, we've seen you do that a lot, high school with Moravian last year, down the street at Broughton. But what did it mean to do it at PNC and have it, in that situation?
It meant a lot for me because, first ACC game, I got to bring the energy. And I know I'm one of the energy guys on the team. And it's just my job to come in and bring that energy to the team.
Thanks, Shaq.
All right, thanks, Shaq.
No doubt. I appreciate you all.